Let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is sitting at 80,440, and the overall situation of Bitcoin is becoming tricky and trickier because every time it goes up towards $85,000, I'll show you the $85,000 area, something that we want this bloody coin to go and achieve. It gets closer and then it takes a reversal and it dumps. Now this makes our life difficult in a sense that only after $85,000 we would have had a more solid confirmation. Then we are on an uptrend, and of course the overall market would also get into a bit of a FOMO that market is reversing, and with all these moon boys that have turned into fudders, they would have changed their narrative as well by saying that okay, now things are getting nice and better and everything is okay, we are going to the moon. It's the same old bullshit they would have started, but that hasn't happened. Now at the same time we have lost the area of 81,500. This was our mini support on the basis of this double top structure. This is the neckline, and right now we are under this area. Now we have closed our one candle below this area and the second candle is in the making. If we live under 81,500 for 2 days, I would assume that okay, this pretty much confirms that we are going to go down, because 2 daily candles under this area of 81,000 are going to be pretty much like what we saw with the $85,000. Let me show you the $85,000 story. With $85,000, we saw 2 candles closing below it. This was the first candle, this was the second, and I told you that this makes our life difficult because if it is closing below $85,000, spending 2 days below it, things are becoming challenging, and that's why when it went up, it didn't even bother touching and it has started dropping again. So on a daily, it has failed with the $85,000. Now with 81,500, it is again struggling. We have our first candle that is trying to close below it by the end of the day. If it does, then we would be in that situation. But if it doesn't, then at least it will reverse and go back and conquer. But if you see 2 daily candles closing below 81,500, please be under the assumption that the journey towards $74,000 has started. Now at 74, it's not bearish. It's not that we are talking about $40,000-$50,000. I told you that up to $74,000 is bearable for us to retrace in the month of March, and then from there we can start going back up. And we haven't even hit 15 days in the month of March, so we still have more than 2 weeks left to go bullish, and it doesn't take much time for Bitcoin to go green. Even in 3 days it can go up $10,000 to $12,000. We have seen that in the past. So Bitcoin can do the same thing again. It wouldn't be a problem to go bullish all of a sudden, but we need to hold a certain level of support, and 85 is that support. It is failing, so if it is not achieving 85, you have a mini support at 81,500. If we are losing that as well, which is the case right now, then our last support and our last hope is at 74,000. Losing 74 would only mean one thing, that there is no green month of March, and everything that we are going to see is going to be red, and that would only mean that we are going to go towards 60 and lower. But there is no point of getting that bearish. We are still in a bullish environment. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or I have touched on a topic and you expect me to explain a bit more, I'll try my best to explain that to you in the comments. Leave a comment, and I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, because if you're not interacting with the video or if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see all the 10 videos that I make every day. You're going to miss out on it, and I think you are educated enough to understand what to subscribe and what not to, because if you want to miss out on it, then why not? It's for your own good, and you should know better what is good for you.